People think content marketing is like a new thing. Like that came out a few years ago. That came out, 5 or 6 years ago when we realized that we can't manipulate the search engines so much, so we have to make sure we create cool content because that's a content marketing strategy. Listen, marketing's not new. Content is not new. Here are 2 actual ads, and if you want to watch a lot more that are very inappropriate, even myself would not put those on the interwebs with my name attached to it, go to boardpanda.com/vintage ads. But here's a couple that I thought were suitable for our conversation today. More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Look at that. They got some really good details. You got the good headline, power image. Oh wait, that looks like a landing page. It is, and that's from whenever. But my favorite has to be the cocaine toothache drops for the kids. I mean, because when the kids have toothaches, how else can you take care of them but putting liquid cocaine on their gums? I mean, that's obviously going to take care of them. And it's only 15 cents. So you might as well buy 2. This was circa 1885. So that's a fantastic display ad right there. We'll make sure that you put that in Google and see if that gets disallowed from the Google police. I think it might. So again, marketing's not new, and neither is content marketing. But let me tell you what content marketing is. Content marketing is the fuel. I believe content marketing, it's all about content, because content is your value. You're basically documenting your value in distributing it. And I believe you can't even do digital marketing without having content. It's just we think, oh, it's a 600-word blog post. That's a form of content. But content is so powerful because it literally powers everything we do. Think about it. If you want to be relevant and you want to do well in organic search, well, then you need to create content that fulfills the promise. So it's going to support organic. One of the single most important things you can do to be good at organic is create fresh, relevant content that speaks to your core users. Paid traffic. Now here's a little trick. I'm going to give you a little tactic. Here's breaking my own promise with my tactic here. Instead of wasting money on a bunch of non-branded terms, top of funnel non-branded terms, we'll talk about funnels in a second, but the terms where they're not going to convert, but you kind of feel like you need to buy it because you want to get exposure. You know the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, those terms. Instead of wasting your money buying those terms that don't convert, what if instead you turn them into questions, right? So if we were dealing, let's say, with a running shoe company, right? And you know that your brand name running shoe is what converts, and maybe, arch support running shoes is the next one. Instead of buying running shoes, why don't you instead buy a term like, what running shoes should I buy? And then create an amazing article where you actually help people select shoes for pronation and all the other things that they have to deal with, and actually make something of super value that helps people. And then guess what? If it's not ranking organically yet, buy traffic. The traffic's going to be pennies. Rather than spending $3 for a non-branded term that's not going to convert, send it to this piece of content, and then you can do some good things. Make sure you got an email address. Okay, I'm getting into the tactics. I'll back off a little bit. But spend your money there and send it to an amazing piece of content that adds value. You'll get way more benefit out of it than the other. So, all right, I digress. Social media. Social media is powered by content. I mean, every link that's basically shared on social media is a link to a piece of content. Nobody sends links to home pages and category pages and product pages. It just doesn't happen. So you need to create a message that matters to people to give them something to share. And email marketing is the exact same way. I can't tell you how many brands I have had to resurrect their email marketing campaign by telling them to stop sending promotional emails 24/7 and actually write something of value and share it. I'm telling you, and you may have that email. I'm not sorry for saying this. You can't just send product buy. You beat the crap out of your list. They're going to fall apart. Instead, you have to figure out what moves them, give them value, and then interject probably about a third of the promotional emails that you're sending right now. I'll tell you right now, you'll sell more sending less promotional emails if you do it that way. Guaranteed. All right. Except it's not really guaranteed. It's on recording, so I don't actually guarantee it. I have no guarantee mode. I actually don't guarantee anything. I don't even know if anything I say is going to work. That's my disclosure statement. Okay, so content. What are we going to do with content? Why does it matter? Okay, content has to spread the brand story. That's what it has to do. It has to spread the value. Now, content can sometimes be very practical, right? Like I created this new product, and so here are the elements and the facets that make it up and why it's so fantastic. That's part of your story. But it needs to be in the greater context of the mission. What are you providing to the marketplace of value? How can you communicate that? This content is going to improve conversion rate. It seems silly to say that content improves conversion rate, but it absolutely does. Brand affinity and people buying into your story will always improve that. And we're going to talk about conversion in just a minute. It's going to increase loyalty. More people are going to care about you. You're going to give more people a reason to keep coming back. And it's also the very thing that's going to facilitate sharing and engagement, which are elements of how we rank well and do well in Google. Now, to do this, it's got to be good. The problem with content today, and content marketing, now it's a strategy, is people don't understand the essence of it. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but you have to hear it. It's all about value and need. And so when you create content, we kind of say, well, what's a quirky little thing to say? Oh, well, the 7 ways to blah, 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 blah. What? Like, that could be valuable, but you have to figure out what is the need and how do you answer the value. Don't just create fluff. Make something good. Have something to say. It has to have a purpose and dedicated to delivering that purpose. And that purpose has to be connecting people's needs to your value. And it has to be very targeted. Don't make generic, just kind of blah, blah, blah content. Be extremely targeted. This is why doing that content workshop is so important. Because if you are laser focused on who your best customer is, and you're laser focused on the value you provide, that's your content. That workshop is so powerful because it tells you exactly what content to write. And then again, it's all about the story. It's all about the story. People resonate with story. Story moves people. You know, there's many different personality types, right? If you're into Myers-Briggs, ENFJ, introvert, extrovert, judging, prospecting, blah, blah, blah. What personality type doesn't like watching movies? None. We all like story. We all want to hear an amazing story. We all are gravitated to people who tell an amazing story. Think about that in your own personal life, right? So have you ever gone to a party and there's somebody who's just a really good storyteller, right? They always have a ton of people around them. You gravitate to them because they're an amazing storyteller, right? Well, the same thing, be an amazing storytelling brand. Have something that people care about, right? Be attractive, care about people's needs, and create something that's amazing. All right, I'm getting fired up and ranting a little bit. Oh, book report time. Okay, Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey. Fantastic book on storytelling. This tells basically the whole way that a hero, which is what you have to help, is your customer be the hero in acquiring your product, and the hero's journey. And this is basically how stories are built. It's a book about story, but I'm telling you, if you want to be great at content and great at engaging with people, you need to know that stuff.